Christmas program, and I printed a CD with their logo.
Don't go too much, okay?
I'll come.
Oh, of course.
This one is 15
Well,
cedi.
like I said,
The kulkula small one is 15 cedi.
Okay,
The
let me
big
buy
one
this.
is 25.
I want a big one. No,
The big one.
I'm only trying to reciprocate.
This one I'm selling to, they said 300.
Yeah.
My name is Gafara Tufusaini. I attended Tishigwa Anglican Primary. I went to Yendi Secondary School, did 5 years in secondary education. I went to training college, I did 3 years. After 3 years post-secondary, I went to Polytechnic to do 3 years in marketing studies, purposely because I wanted to run this business. After the marketing, I went to University of Cape Coast to do 3 years in management studies so that I could manage my business professionally. So I decided to open this company in 2006, and in 2007, I registered the business as a sole proprietorship. Since then, I've been doing food production. I actually started producing dawadawa. Dawadawa is a local food ingredient in our locality. It's a very delicacy in this locality that if you prepare your soup and it is not found in it, we consider the food to be incomplete. And so why I decided to do this as a project, I studied and I realized that many people like to use dawadawa, but the way it was being handled in the market was not the best. So I went into to do a little research, and I found out that packaging it in a different way, our people will like it. So I decided to embark on this adventure. Somewhere along the line, customers were demanding for more products, and that is how I got this far, and then I did so many things. So basically, we have this is the brain behind the story. This was the first thing I produced in 2006. I actually sampled the product to customers. I didn't take money from them. I just gave it out freely, and then the findings were good. So the next production I did, I targeted a man, because I know in this our locality, men do not cook. But if you are able to target a man to buy your product, he can be a very good advocate. So that was the reason why I did that. So I was able to get somebody influential to buy the product, and he actually advocated and brought so many people to me to sell the dawadawa to them. Then after that, I also developed another form of dawadawa. There are 2 types. With this one, is for drinking, for those who have high pressure, those who really have menstrual disorders, and those who have blood pressure and then a high sugar level, that is diabetes. So if you are diabetic and then you take this one, it can really help you, and then it has helped a lot of people. So this is why I came out with this one. Then I also came out with a third product, that is sesame seed. Yeah, this is the #1 healthiest food in the world according to research. So sesame is consumed by most people, especially Asians. This is what they consume, and then it has been able to take care of our internal organs. If you have heart related problems, things that has to do with your lungs, your throat, your liver, your eyes, all those things, this one can do the trick for you. So this is why I promote this. The reason why I'm doing this type of business, sometimes people ask me, you can go and buy and sell, why are you not buying and selling, and then you just want to go through doing all this painful thing? But I tell them that I have a dream, and the dream is to see that people eat chemical-free products. And before now, you wouldn't see any product in the market from the local background. You only see imported products in the supermarkets. So I was thinking, why is it that we can always go and bring things from outside and then fill our supermarkets? Why don't we also put something there so that we can also get some of the dollars? So I decided to package them in this way. So anytime you walk out to the supermarket and you get products of this nature, I started the process 17 years ago. I started the process, and then I am able to walk into a lot of big super malls to tell them that this is what I do, and then they believe in the dream, and then they take it and then they sell, and then other people are also doing it. I was the first person who started this project, and then it's moving on. So I'm so proud of myself and the people that promotes me. People come to me like you have just come to promote this business. I'm so grateful to you for all these things that you are doing. Okay, one thing that motivates me is that, I do this and then I have other people to help me do it, because I have a lot of women groups that I work with, and then at the end of the day, the chain is long. So the women that I source the raw materials from, they also get money to take care of their families, their children, and then their household. Aside that, I'm able to employ other people to do the work with me, and they also get paid, and then they can also solve their problems financially. Then also, I'm able to convince other school leavers that it is real, that we can make it wherever we are. No matter the place that we find ourselves, we can really do it. The only thing is that we just have to say yes, and then we move on. And then, so that gives me a very big excitement inside me, because hitherto, you would have found out that people would just want to rush out of Ghana to look for greener pastures. But I always say that there's no heaven anywhere. Wherever you are, that is your heaven. The only thing is that you need to focus on what you want to do, and then you put your finger on it, and then the sky is always the limit. So this is why I do what I'm doing. Yes, it's another point. If we are not doing it, actually it will go into extinction, because people will not even know that these things were existing before, because the water was there before I was born, you understand. And then coming to promote it is giving it more value for people outside to know that there's something like that, and then they will get interested in taking it. So it will also help promote the local crops that we have. So in adding value to the local food crops, you are promoting it. It will continue to be there, so that you are able to bring farmers together to tell them that this is it, let's do this, and then they do it. So the crop will still be there for you to use it, instead of just depending on the foreign crops. Yeah.
Apart from the monetary and the employment you provided to people, personally, what is the benefit to you?
Personally, I have a lot of joy doing this. It is my passion to innovate. I started innovation since I was a child. You understand? The first thing I innovated was caramel. We call it toffee. It's a simple caramel. You just melt sugar and then you put it into combs. That was what I innovated first, because I'm very curious. So I always want to satisfy my curiosity. So when I find something, I want to know what is it, how is it made. So with this one, I always try to investigate to see what kind of product is this. So when I find out like that, then I try to give it out to people to see whether it can be made a business. So this is the kind of person that is inside me. I'm somebody who wants to satisfy my curiosity. And in satisfying the curiosity, I want to make money out of it. You understand? So I feel happy doing this, because I satisfy my curiosity, and then I'm able to move it forward, and for people to believe in what I'm doing. I'm carrying people along. Currently, I have a lot of people that I mentor, students, women, men, a lot of people. I mentor farmers, I mentor students. Yesterday, for instance, I was in UDS. The last 2 weeks ago, they were here. Normally, every year, they bring out students, food science students, to come in here to learn something from our activities. So last 2 weeks, they were here. And then the final year students, they are just about going out. They did their projects, and they wanted me to come and see what they did. So I went there, and then they showcased their products to me, and then I looked at what they did. So this is an encouragement. So with this one, it will tell me that what I'm doing is important. You understand? So I'm very happy doing this work. Actually, my startup capital was 3 cities. 2006, yeah. Before they changed the currency, So actually, I've been thinking, I said, oh, I want to do some business. I had done a lot of business, buying and selling, and then but my idea was just to do some production. So I said to myself that, okay, what will I do? Then when I came out with the idea that I could do dawa dawa, I asked for the bowl of the locust bean, and then it was somewhere like 10 peso or so. So every month when I took my salary, I would spend the money and I would sit down, I would not get money to do. So one day I told myself that if I'm waiting for me to get money and feel the drum before I do this business, I will never get anywhere. So one day I just got up. I just picked the small cities and then I started. It wasn't easy though because, with that, you have to do a lot of manual work and then you have to put in a lot of effort because there's nobody to do it for you. So I did. I tried and then I was able to come up with the first production. Then I gave it out sampling. Then I got good results. Then I started small. Each time I close from school, I go around offices with a small bag in my hand. Then I tell people that, oh, I'm selling dawa dawa. Then they will look at each other. Then they will laugh. So it was kind of a scornful idea because like people will laugh at you. They were laughing at me actually, but I never mind. I will just preach what I was doing. Then somehow somebody will buy something from me. So that was how I was doing it until it got to a point that a friend told me that there was one woman in the market. There's one supermarket. It is called Zoops. So my friend said that the woman sells local products. If I send my dawa dawa, she will sell it for me. So I went and showed it to her and she said, okay, I should bring it. And then she told me that the only thing she doesn't want is that, okay, it was the husband who is even late now. He told me that we don't want you to bring the dawa dawa and the next time that the thing has picked up, you will stop and you won't bring. And I said, no, this dream is a long-term dream. So I'll always bring the dawa dawa to you. So I sent it to them and they sold, and then all the time I send it up to now. I still give them. I even give them more products. Okay, let's say I have over 20 products. I have shea butter. I have classic spice. I have smart fufu. I have a dawa dawa powder. I have a miso mix. That's a cereal legume mix. I have kuli kuli. I have power powder. I have spring onion powder. I have honey, I have turmeric, I have groundnut oil, I have ginger powder, also have mixed spice. I have this one is basil. Some of them I grow them myself. Yeah, some of them I grow them. This one like this, I grow it. So this is very organic. I grow this. I don't use metal to do this product. I use wood to process it. So this is very organic. Yeah, so some of them like the moringas and then the others, those ones, yeah, the neem. Yeah, I have neem powder, I have neem oil, then I have baobab oil, I have sesame oil, also have shower gels, I have hair body creams and then hair creams. Yeah, basically these are the things that I do, and they have very good margins because for instance this one, if I will tell you that the cost price of this one, I can use, let's say, about 3 cedis to do this, then I sell it for 5 cedi, so at least I can get a margin of 2 cedi. Yeah, and 2 cedi, if you multiply it by 10, that's a lot of money. Yeah.
So wondering if you can take us through some of the ones that you started and tell us why you started it. What was your inspiration? Where did the innovation idea come from? And then how you put it into practice.
To start with, I started, as I said earlier on, I started with this dawa dawa. And then before I did this dawa dawa, I had sold so many things. I had produced a lot of products before. This was not the first product I started producing. In fact, I used to do pastries. and then I supply the supermarkets. Then I also send some to school and sell to my peers. The whole thing started when I went to do the marketing. I realized that we went to school very early, at 6. Before 6, you'll be in class for lectures. So people were always hungry. So I thought it wise that, okay, why don't I just bring something to sell to my mates and then make my money? So I did that, and then I was selling. So somewhere along the line, I was saying that, but bread flour, we don't produce wheat in Ghana. Mostly, wheat is being imported. So that means that all the money I am making is being, somebody outside will be richer, and then the poor farmer here will continue to be poor. So I decided that, okay, let me look within the environment and see what our people are cultivating, so that will have an impact on the local person. So, and that was why I decided to research into the dawa dawa. And then knowing very well that it also had health benefits, then I realized that if I do it, maybe people will like it. Then through the sampling, the research I did, I had a favorable answer. Then I decided to do it. Dawa dawa is just a single product. It's just from the locust bean. The locust bean. So this one, it has a lot of long process to come out with, because this one, you have to boil this for 48 hours. Before you will dehusk it, and then you will now go ahead and then come out with the final product. So this is how it is done. It's just a single product. Yeah. The kulikuli is the main ingredient is the granite. The granite. So you extract the oil, then you can decide that you will not fry it into kulikuli. We can fry it into this spice. You can do it into this. You can still get the oil, then you also turn it into this powdered form. So with this one, it depends on the person doing it. If you want to add spices to it, you add the spices. But if you don't want the spices, you just leave it the way it is. Some people don't want spices because of some health issues. So if you want spices, you add spices to it. Then you design it into the shapes that you want, and then you come out with whatever product you want to. But for me, this is the shape I want it to be. Some other people have different shapes, so I decided that I wanted it in this shape. So then I added some spices. The spices are just the local spices, black peppers, and then some chili peppers. That's what I add into this. Man was born in 2019. No, that was 2001 in Bolga with the Agri House Foundation. Agri House Foundation, they are in Accra. Yeah, so they are also into agro businesses. They collaborate with women and then other farmers, and then they do other they organize programs for businesses like ours. So they open up a portal for people to nominate, and then somebody nominated me. So when I went to the program, I was given the award as She Innovates. It was the Gold in the Soil award, and then the category I won was She Innovates. Oh yes, I have some farmers that I give them training as to the specifics that I need. Then they do it for me. Then there are other products too. I don't have farmers, but I have market women who source them for me. So I train them as to the type of products that I need. So when they go and then they get those ones, they bring it to me.
Can you tell us more about any specific products?
For instance, like this one, this sesame. I have sesame cake, but that one is finished. So you can see it here. So that one is mostly patronized by the youths because there's sweetener in it. We add honey to it, and then we put it into a cake. So the youths, they like sweet things. So basically, I do it for those people. And then for the aged, the dawadawa drink, the dawadawa powder drink. Why? Because this one has to do with ailment like BP, diabetes, and then menstrual disorders. So this one, the aged buy it. Most women buy this, and then Men also buy, especially those who have health problems. They buy this and this complete meal.
What's the complete meal?
The complete meal is a kind of detox to take off toxins from the system.
But what's in it?
It's the dawa and then sesame.
Do you have testimonies of people who have used it?
It has worked for them.
That's what for them.
Yes, I think this is the best selling product for now. This is the best selling product. People have used it, and then they have testified. And you see that it's even finished. It's left with only one here. Complete meal, as the name suggests. I intentionally gave it this name because it does a complete overhauling on the body system. Yeah, we take a lot of things into our system. And in those days, people used to peg themselves. But today, we do not have the time to peg ourselves using enema. So this is the best way you can peg yourself and then take away excess fats and also excess unwanted material that is in your system. So everybody has it, regardless of whom you are, because you eat. And some of the time you eat things that you do not want, but because of where you find yourself, you have no choice. So because of that, I intentionally prepared this product so that when you take it, it will bring out flames from your system and then unwanted fats from you. So this one, over the years, I've done these products for 5 years now. And over these years, people who have patronized this product have testified that the product has done a lot for them. I have customers over the globe. Some are in South Africa, some are in Canada, others are in Accra, Kumasi, Tekrade, others are in Tamale, UDS. Most of the lecturers, they know this product and they use it. Yeah, so this is the best-selling product.
Ghana is considering introducing genetically modified crops, for instance, the cowpea. I'm sure maybe in one of your meals, the mixes for children, maybe there's some cowpea in it. You have a market which buys from you because it's organic. Do you think that Ghana starting to grow genetically modified cowpea would be good for people like you who are exporting outside?
No, I don't think it won't be good because in that case, it will kind of sway off our idea of doing organic products because genetically modified foods are known to have some kind of things in them that do not go down well with our systems. So for me, I don't believe in that idea. If they could halt it, that would do us a little bit good, yeah.
Because the government is considering releasing genetically modified soya beans. I'm sure you have soya beans in one of your mix. And so what would be the impact of you creating some of these products if those people will not buy it anymore?
So the only thing is that this is since it's a policy, and if I may not have anything to do with that, I can't change the policy. The only thing is that I will stop using soybean. Then I will look for alternative. That's it.
That you have the Africa Free Trade Continental Area, the AFTA, where African countries can trade manufactured products. Where do you see yourself in 10 years and people like you?
In 10 years, I should be exporting everything that is in this shop. Yeah, because I have already started this year, last May, we entered the Kenyan market. And then in September, we'll be entering the Tanzanian market. Yeah, in December, we will be entering the Dubai market. So we are touring throughout the African continent, and then these products will go. Yeah, currently as I speak, my products are in Kenya. There's a very big mall that Ghana has opened there, and my products are flooded the place. I sent a lot of products there, and my products are there. And then I have also found some other salespersons in Kenyan town, and I've given them the products, and they are roaming out in Kenya, selling the products for me as I stand here.